كن فريدا عش بفخر في الحياة، لا تبالي فالمعالي بالتحدي لا سواه. كن سعيدا كن فريدا عش بفخر في الحياة، لا تبالي فالمعالي بالتحدي لا سواه، بالتحدي لا سواه.
أشهد
أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد عبده ورسوله. الحمد لله.
هديت قلبي شكرا، نورت دربي شكرا، شكرا يا رب، يا منزل القرآن، يا خالق الإنسان، يا رب يا رحمن. شكرا يا رب، شكرا يا رب، يا منزل القرآن، يا خالق الإنسان، يا رب يا رحمن. شكرا يا رب، شكرا يا ربي شكرا، هديت قلبي شكرا، نورت دربي شكرا، شكرا يا رب.
They told you their side.
Let me think. Can I do my bayan? Yeah? Let me do my bayan. All right. Yeah, I thought of that.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. I'm not going to send him because he doesn't want to hear it. Okay, but I'm just saying, you guys have deceived us. You've deceived us. You've deceived us. Really? Where does it say in the Quran that he didn't die? Where does it say in the Quran that Jesus didn't die? It doesn't say it. It actually says he does die. He did die.
Yeah, it's one.
So why are you trying to shout? Why are you trying to lie to us?
I'm having sabr. This is how Jesus. Isa alayhi salam tell you to behave like this. Jesus be telling you to behave like this and you'll smell of alcohol. Sorry, stop it. Alright, let me do my bayan, yeah? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wassalatu wassalatu ala al-mursalin. Nabi Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Amma ba'd. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful,
speak to me in English,
who is the creator,
so I can understand
the sustainer. Peace and blessings be upon all the prophets and the last prophet. The last prophet is Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Why are you not speaking in English? English. It's English. There's nothing to be proud. Be proud. Let's go away. Be proud. Be proud. Be proud. Be speaking English. Be speaking English.
Zakariya.
You're back into Islam. Alhamdulillah. You are back in Islam. Alhamdulillah.
Yes. Shukran. All right, let me start again.
Yes, start again.
Start from the Arabic.
Calm down. Hey, calm down. You're drunk. Calm down. Calm down. Say it in English. Why are you pushing English?
So I'm born here as well.
I'm an English citizen.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I'm speaking English as well.
I'm an English citizen. And I'm asking what you're saying.
Sorry.
I'm only asking you. I'm only asking what you're saying. He's going to say in Arabic and English.
I'll say in Arabic, then I'll translate in English, yeah? Alright?
Okay.
Sabr, patience. Patience, please, yeah? Because if you're a Christian, you have to exercise patience. And the Bible says patience without works is dead. So you have to behave yourself, yeah? All right?
I don't have to be negative.
All right, let me.
I have to.
All right.
I'm going to
I'm
listen.
gonna talk. I'm gonna talk.
I'm going to listen to what you're
Please, they're
going to
behind
try
you.
and say. You're going to say,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm an English citizen. I'm here to listen to what you're
All right,
going
you
to
can
say.
listen. You can listen. Yeah. You can
Yes,
listen.
I'm going to listen. Then
Listen.
English.
Yeah.
Are you
But don't harass. Don't harass
Are
me.
you a prophet?
I'm not a prophet. I'm not a
What are
prophet.
you?
You're going to listen.
I'm serving of God.
Who are you?
Serving of God.
I'm going to listen.
Normal person.
Why are you being rude to me?
Yeah, mind the sister as well,
I'm
man.
being very
Yeah, mind the sister too. Close, man. Yeah, mind the sister. Man. All right.
He's going to
Keep
speak
out of my way, mate.
Hey,
in
can the
Arabic.
cameraman?
You used to move earlier.
Yeah, can you, and the
now you're
cameraman
coming
give
to
coverage
I'm
as
going to
well?
listen to what you're going to say.
I'm
I'm allowed to say. I'm allowed to listen to you. Sure.
Yes, you are. Of course you are, but I said you've got to stay out of the way.
I want to talk now. Can I talk now, please?
Someone block him out.
Shukran. Thank you. All right. Is it recording, cameraman?
Yes, it's
Alright.
recorded. Go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
That we're in England.
Well, just let him
Speak English. We're in England and we have the freedom to speak English. I can't understand it. If you're going to
Speaker's corner if you don't like
listen, right? If you're going to try to get to your followers, speak in English so everybody can
This is
understand.
speaker's corner, mate.
I'm gonna go
Tommy
again.
Robinson, if you've got followers,
English
understand your
defense league,
followers.
man.
Listen, excuse me, in England am I free? Am I free in England? I presume so, yeah. Am I free to speak Spanish? I don't understand what he's saying, so why don't he speak so I can understand what he's saying?
If you have patience, he's going to speak in
Zakaria.
Arabic,
Zakaria.
then he's going to
Don't
translate
listen
it.
to him.
All right.
Go ahead.
Huh? He's not going to translate
All
it.
right. Let Aki finish.
Why are you intimidating?
If you talk again, we're going to leave you.
Yeah, go on, let me-
How am I intimidating you? How am I
Alright, I'm ready now, yeah.
We're in
intimidating
Hyde
you?
Park in England,
How am I
mate.
intimidating?
Listen to what the man
This is
says.
speaker's corner, mate.
Okay, if he speaks again, interrupts again, we're going to go away, yeah?
Yeah, we can go away.
We're going to run from you. Listen, so...
Where's my orange bag? Oh,
Zakaria, do you want to go?
thank you. That's fine. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Abdul.
You want to move away, bro?
No, wait,
You want to move from here?
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I think we should move.
Yeah, let's go.
تعال.
Where's your bag?
Yeah, thank you. تعال.
Right, tell the police, sorry.
Come back, you get back, yes? MashaAllah, what made you change it?
Yeah, he's coming. He's coming.
MashaAllah. All right, this is going on, man.
Security for that man.
This is going on. Hold on.
Calm down, brothers. Let's not... Let him breathe. Let him breathe.
Thank you.
Okay. He's going to say it loud.
Can you say it a bit louder? Okay.
Be easy with him. Be easy with him, guys. Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والصلاة على الأنبياء المرسلين والنبي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. أما بعد. I'll translate for those who hear what I just said. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Peace and blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal be upon all the prophets, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Ismail, Noah, all the prophets, and the last by the messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I begin to say in my talk or my bayan that God or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been very gracious with me. He's been patient with me. I have done things that I regret. And I ask the Muslims, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that what I've done, and ask Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive me
All forgiving, brother.
and to come back on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Because when I was in my time, you know, as a Christian, yeah, there was things that didn't make sense. And I was, the nafs in me was trying to fight, and I was like, no, I can't accept this, I can't, and this and this, but then, so on and so forth. But then when I did some, study with the Quran. I read the Quran, personally, by myself. And I still kept the Quran and, reading, still reading. And I don't know why I read the Quran more than the Bible. Because maybe it was the hidayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
It is.
Not, I know, sorry. With ilm yaqiyah, the knowledge of certainty, So it is through God, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, guide me, and He guides whom He wills, and I'm really grateful, and I wasn't forced.
What made Zakaria? What was it that brought you back towards Islam?
Well, I reason. You know, when you reason, and the nafs tries to fight against you. But then when you study and you look at certain things in the Bible, like one prophecy, Isaiah 42, for example, talks about Khayda. It couldn't be Jesus, alayhi salatu wasalam, peace and blessing be upon him. So it has to be the last messenger, Muhammad. Then Deuteronomy 18 verse 18 says, unto like the Beni Israel, among the children of Israel, a prophet shall come amongst them. Who is that prophet? It has to be Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then I started reading and just reading small books, just small, nothing too hard, just something simple that I could understand.
Zakariya, when did these doubts start coming into your mind? Because this is very recent, isn't it?
These doubts, it's been like a good long period of months basically, and I was really struggling. I was really struggling. I didn't know who to speak to. I was ashamed even when I was passing the mosque as well, and I was like, what's going to happen to me? And I was a bit afraid a little bit, but I had nothing to fear.
You know us, we know physically.
Yeah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can give me guidance. And I said that the brothers, Ikhwan, forgive me. I've known the things I've done was wrong. I've known that.
Is there anyone here that holds any enmity against Zakariya?
No. All forgiving, Zakariya. Don't even mention it.
Zakariya, what I was going to say, when you were saying the things about, because we shouldn't rush into things, but what I'm saying, when you're saying things against, and you're free to say whatever you want against Allah and the message, is it that when you converted back to Christianity that you truly believed it? Because maybe you truly believed it and was practicing it for a while, and you believed the things you were saying about Allah and the Prophet and stuff, or was it you were just saying it, or I'm just trying.
Again, everything is based on dalil, evidence. And then I have to really, go by the evidence again. The Islamic sources, and a lot of the things were fabrication. So I have to take the fabrication out and go to the Sahih sources to the best of my ability, and just try to separate the two, distinct them, and then look carefully, and then let me give Islam. Let me see if Islam is the haqq. Let me see if it's the truth. Because there's a verse in the Quran in Surah Al-Imran 3:19 says, "A'udhu billahi shaitanir rajeem. Inna deena 'inda Allahi Islam." So the only true religion is before Allah is Islam. And Islam means submission to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Zakariya, before we continue, inshallah, before we leave you to it, Akhi, so you've been here for obviously many months, and you've spoken to myself and other brothers as well, and you've spoken for Christianity and against Islam. Now I ask you, are you going to continue to be here and give da'wah for Islam, inshallah?
I will give da'wah in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Takbir! 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 But what I would say is that let the Prophet take it, because what was this? We don't need people we're not interested in numbers, we're interested in people we don't want people jumping on and jumping off, so let the brother have his own space. If he doesn't feel like doing dawah or this and he just wants to study Tawheed and Aqidah and so forth, let's leave it, because at the end of the day it seems like there's been a lot of emotional stuff with Islam and Christianity, so the whole thing is, as you know about Tawheed and the three categories. I would say learn about that. Did you take Shahada again?
Yes.
Do you want to take?
Can you do it again,
yes.
What do you bear witness, my brother?
I bear witness that Allah is one. He has no partners, no son, no daughters, no animals, nothing created by man, and also that Muhammad is the final last and final messenger of God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allahu Akbar.
Ashhadu. Takbir!
Ashhadu
أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد عبده ورسوله. And you believe these words?
Yes, I do.
Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar.
Brother, do you know the requirements of
Brother, please, brother. Who the hell is that?
Come on, Speaker's Corner guidance family. Loads of surprises. One thing to know, guys, and remember, is that Allah guides whom He pleases and misguides whom He pleases. Keep the brother Zakariya in your du'as, inshallah. If you are close, come down to the corner, come and embrace your brother in Islam. Alhamdulillah. From us here at Guidance Avenue Speaker's Corner, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Zakariya, I've got to be first, brother. Sorry, man.
Yeah, sorry, brother.
Congratulations, my brother.
Very nice.
Be careful.
And I would like
Zakariya, congratulations, forgiven for everything I did. Alhamdulillah.
I want this
Stay
from
strong,
you
my brother.
now.
Stay strong, my brother.
You ask for forgiveness. I'd like to ask because you've been paid and defeated you a couple of times. I'm sorry, brother. Jazakallah.
How are you?
كن فريدا عش بفخر في الحياة لا تبالي فالمعالي بالتحدي لا سواه كن سعيدا كن فريدا عش بفخر في الحياة لا تبالي فالمعالي بالتحدي لا سواه بالتحدي لا سواه حرر النفس ولا تحيا هباء يا ربيعا أنت والعطر الرداء حرر النفس ولا تحيا